Hello, welcome back. Are in different form in the league. Saw us drop 2 points last time out against Nijmegen, which meant Feyenoord opened a 5-point gap. Is that an unassailable lead, or can we catch them? Plus today we find out who we will face in the UEFA Conference League quarter and semi-finals. Why not come and join me and we'll find out together. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 71 of Going Dutch as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, and try and return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in the Eredivisie. It's match days 27 and 28. FC Emmen at the Mandermakers, and then it's SC Heeranveen away from home. And of course we want to try and pick up maximum points in today's episode as Feyenoord motor away from us. We need to keep in touch with them and just hope that they slip up somewhere along the line. The other thing that we have a problem with is Ajax are sort of coming up on the horizon, as it were, and we'll be facing them at some point in the near future. Right, without any more to do though, we do have one other thing to clear up before we get into the episode, and that is the draws for the quarter-final and the semi-final of the UEFA Conference League, having got past our opponents last time, and I've forgotten who it was. Oh yeah, it was Slovan Bratislava. Having got past them, who will we face in the quarter-final? I'll hand you to past Mark to find out. And here we are for the draw for the quarter-final and semi-final of the UEFA Conference League. Let's get into it then. Let's get the draw underway. We start with the draw for the quarter-final, and the teams in the draw for this quarter-final. No seeding or anything this time out. Atalanta, Besiktas, Bournemouth, Olympique Marseille, Puskás Academia, ourselves, Hoffenheim and Valencia. I'm not sure who we'd want out of this lot. Obviously, it's going to be tough whichever way we go. So let's get the draw underway. And once we've completed this draw, we will then draw for the semi-final, albeit it does appear that when you draw it, it sort of sorts itself out before we get there, to be fair. Right, we're underway. Olympique Marseille are out first, and teams out first will play at home first leg, of course. They will face Valencia. So Marseille versus Valencia. Hoffenheim, I think we've played them before in European competitions. Quite sure how we got on against them. They play in Besiktas. I have a feeling we're going to end up with Bournemouth here. I don't know what makes me think this. We'll see. Don't really want Atalanta either. Puskás Academia would be all right. Bournemouth are out. And we haven't got Puskás Academia. It means we've got Atalanta. But are we going to be home or away first leg? We're away first leg, which probably is not a bad thing. Atalanta are at home to Waalwijk. This is the draw for the quarter-final then. Olympique Marseille versus Valencia. Hoffenheim versus Besiktas. Bournemouth will play Puskás Academia. Atalanta will play Waalwijk. We'll check, or get Mark to check what the significance of whether we've played them before. I'm pretty sure we have. Right, that's the quarter-finals then. Which means we move on to the semi-final. This should be a bit more straightforward, I think. As I said, I'm thinking it's probably going to end up with Olympique Marseille and Valencia will play Besiktas and Hoffenheim. See if I'm right. Yeah. And then it will be Bournemouth or Puskás Academia. Yeah, we'll play Atalanta or Waalwijk. That's how it usually draws out anyway. Just doesn't seem quite as quite in the way. There we go. That is the draw then. In fact, we press that button, we can get that screen come up, and we will face either Bournemouth or Puskás Akademia in the semi-final, should we get past Atalanta in the quarter-final, of course. I'll hand you back to future Mark, who will have a look at the fallout from that draw. Well, thank you to past Mark, and yes, this is how it looks going into this now with the Atalanta, the team that we will face in the quarterfinal. First leg is away from home, second leg is at home, and we have played them once before. We played them in the UEFA Conference League phase last season, by my guessing. And we played them at the Mandermakers. We beat them 6-2 on that occasion. Ross Stewart giving us lead after 27. We took a 2-0 lead after... a 2-0 lead after 40 minutes with an own goal from Klasnik. And then a 3-goal lead after 48 minutes, the other side of half-time. And then Rosier making it 4-0, 5-0 after 59 minutes, and we were absolutely coasting it, except some Sakamaka and Darun got 2 goals back to make it 5-2. Am I counting this right? I think it's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, did I say 4? I meant 1, 2, 3, 4. It should have been 4-2. And then Rosier making it 5-2 on 85. And Ross Stewart sealing the win. 6-2 win on 88 minutes. So that's what happened last time that we played Atalanta. A similar result at the Mandermakers would be quite good. Or a similar result at their place would equally be as good to see us into that quarter-final against either Hoffenheim or Puskás Akademia, of course. I think, or was it Bournemouth and Puskás Akademia? I'm getting it all wrong now. Okay, which leads us to today's matches against FC Emmen and SC Heeranveen. Emmen are bottom of the table as it stands at the minute. The early games have been played, so let's have a quick roundup of where we're at going into today's game. Ajax and Sparta Rotterdam. The other thing to mention is the game in hand that Ajax had. They've played that one out against Utrecht. It was a 1-1 draw. Seem to be in draw mode at the moment. 20 beating De Graafschap. And then today, Sparta Rotterdam and Ajax are playing out a draw. Almere City have moved up a bit closer to Volendam by beating Nijmegen by 1-0. Vitesse and AZ playing a 2-2 draw. PEC Zwolle beating Utrecht by 1-0. Feyenoord, annoyingly, were 2 goals in front in the game against Heeranveen. Heeranveen getting back in injury time, 90 and 92 minutes. Looked like it was going to be a 2-2 draw until Cancelo, was it Cancelo? Conchita, getting up on 96 minutes, almost last breath of the game, to get a winner for Feyenoord, which means at the top of the table they are now 8 points clear of us, which really does mean that we need to win today. Fortuna Sittard beating Volendam by 2-0, which means Volendam stay in that 16th place on 22 points, 5 points adrift of in front of Almere City as it stands. Emmen, of course, still to play, and Nijmegen sitting on the trapdoor on 24 points. Not helping themselves in any manner, shape or form. PSV getting a 3-0 win against Rode Kerkrade. And the top of the table looks like this. Feyenoord on 69 points. We are second on 61. PSV have closed the gap right down to 2 points in third. Ajax are 4 points adrift in fourth. And then Utrecht are some 14 points adrift of us in fifth. I think that is unassailable. As I said at the bottom, Volendam on 16th on 22, and Almere City moving up to 17th on 17, and FC Emmen on the bottom on 14. Can we go and get a result against them? That is a very good question. We have played them before, I feel sure. Let's go and have a look. We've played them 8 times, to be precise. We've only lost to them once, and that was in the Dutch Cup first round back in 2023. A 2-1 loss on that occasion. Since then, we've beaten them pretty much in every occasion. A couple of draws here, but we haven't lost to them. Let's put it like that. Last time we played them at the Mandermakers, we beat them by 4-1 on that occasion. Toure, Romney, Stevanovic and Varro. They got a consolation a minute into injury time at the end of the game. That man Lammers, I think he was a bit of a pain in the what's-it, if I remember rightly. Last time out, earlier in the season, we did manage to get them. Peter getting a goal after 2 minutes. So let's go and see if we can get a result against Emmen today. Well, despite all our tactic tinkering, we've gone back to how we were as for the formation today. Playing a flat back 3, Van der Beek, Rekic and Van der Bosch, the flat back 3. Setford in goal, which is controversial because my assistant manager wants to play Bergstrom. But when you look at the stats for Bergstrom, albeit he's got quite a few clean sheets, his average rating is 6.98. His last 5 is 6.6, so he's having a rough time of it. Whereas Setford is 7.14 for the last 5 games, 7.03 is average rating. Yeah, we'll find out whether that's a good move or not by the end of today. Latonda is in, Drambev is suspended, Arosier is suspended, so Latonda starts on the left wing-back position. Aiden on the right. Varro is in that central midfield, playing more central mid as opposed to a deeper midfield today. Stevanovic is on the left. De Leon continues on the right against my better nature. Romney is behind Stewart up front. The bench looks like this then. Bergstrom, Atesta, Simmons, Stansfield, Elatim, Lakessa, Duran, Leveld, Kasongo, Toure, Boumassoudi and Emil Hansen. Here we are back at the Mandermakers. 1-3, drawn 2 of our last 5. Playing our familiar formation. We've got to switch back to. Emmen have lost 3, drawn 2 of their last 5, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Lammers playing in that number 10 spot, and he is a thorn in people's side. We're second on 61, Emmen 18th on 14 points. And we need a win to close the gap on Feyenoord at the top. An early highlight in the 5th minute. Rekic to Varro. Varro to Van der Bosch. Van der Bosch comes forward. He's got Aiden in acres of space out here. Aiden, cross it in. And it's not gone in. It's gone for a corner. So it was well defended. Didn't find any of our players that we wanted. Varro with the corner. This one to the back post. It's headed over the top though by Stewart. And this was the chance. We'll see it now a bit clearer. Aiden in acres of space. Nobody out there marking him. And eventually somebody goes out to him. He crosses this in. And Stevanovic, I think, was the player that was in the way and couldn't get, or defender right in front of Stevanovic. He couldn't get the shot away. They have a free kick. 9 minutes on the clock. And this could be trouble. I'm hoping this isn't Lammers that's going to take it. If it is, we are in trouble. No, it's Hay. But even so, it's going to go around the wall. And it's gone over the top. And with nearly 22 minutes on the clock, we have another corner for Rowe. This one in. It's come back off the woodwork. Oof. And it's gone for a corner. Stevanovic. What's he going to do with this? This one planted in, but it's defended well. And Lammers comes away with it. But Van der Beek. And nothing coming of that. Right against the crossbar. Rattled the crossbar. Van der Bosch trying to get one in, but the defender managing to put it wide. Aiden. 29 minutes on the clock to De Leon. Back to Aiden. Aiden to De Leon. De Leon, Aiden. Varro. And finally get one in. Question of whether Stewart was offside or not. He's 23rd of the season if it's a goal. It is a goal, and it was well worked. De Leon and Aiden working together here. Playing a triangle. De Leon in space. Aiden plays it to Varro. And in the end, De Leon fires it in, and Stewart getting an angle on it and puts it in the back of the net. Question of whether he was offside, but he wasn't. You'll see now, there's the ball coming in. And that's the point where it's fired in. And he was behind the defender. 33 on the clock. Latonda with the throw into Romney. Latonda to Van der Beij. Van der Beij into the area. Romney. Oh, it took a double deflection. Romney will claim the goal. He's 14th of the season. But it definitely took a deflection. It didn't go straight in. And Hoekstra is beaten in the Emmen goal. Romney back to Latonda. Van der Beij finds Romney again. Oh, and the defender stuck. Who was it? Stuck his foot out. It was coming this way, and you feel for Hoekstra because he was probably positioned quite well, but backboard actually got a foot to it, took it away, and actually the goalkeeper did actually get hands to it, pushed it onto the post, but it was just too much into the back of the net. And we are in added time in this half, and a shot over the top. And the half-time has arrived. And, well, there we go. We've managed to get 2 goals out of it. It was hard work for a lot of that first half. We were banging on the door, but just didn't seem to find a way through. We've had 20 shots, 7 of which have been on target. 2.99 should have been good for at least another goal. 74% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, nothing on target. 0.14 and 26% of the possession. So far, so good. And hopefully we can go on to claim those 3 points. No changes at half-time, but Emmen are on the ball. We have to be careful here, but Setford comes out and claims that cross. And with 55 on the clock, we can build an attack. De Bosch to Aiden. Aiden comes marauding forward. He's got De Leon inside him. Let's pull back to Van der Bosch. Van der Bosch. Aiden. Aiden has been tackled and Lammers gets the ball off him, but Aiden says, no, you're not. This one for Stewart, and Stewart puts it away. He's 24th of the season, and he's 2nd of the game if he's onside. Question whether he is or not. The 2nd time today. This one is disallowed. So we're back to 2-0, and Stewart stays on 23 for the season. Oh, just gone a little bit too early this time. Nearly 60 minutes on the clock, and Van der Beij to Van der Bosch. Varro in that midfielder role. Back to Varro. Varro to Stevanovic. Latonda. Latonda finds Van der Beij. Run down a blind alley there, really. De Leon, who's had a good game today. De Leon into the area. Romney puts it away. He's 15th of the season. Nothing wrong with that. And on 60 minutes, we do take a 3-goal lead. And as we pretty much should be against the bottom of the league side, but even so, the way things have been going, De Leon, nice ball into the area, and he'll get an assist for that. He's had a good day today. And he's rewarded my faith in him. "62 minutes on the clock. And De Leon pulling a player down. Is he going to get a yellow card for that? I don't know. Has it gone for a corner? It has gone for a corner. Sell-off swings this one in, but Setford, he's commanded that goal today, I have to say. And with 71 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 changes. Jay Stansfield comes on and replaces Filip Stevanovic on that left side. And we've also moved Varro into that wing-back position, basically because we were a bit short of wing-backs with Drambev suspended, and Latonda has come off. He's had an okay day today, but not played fantastic. And a tester comes on in midfield. With 80 minutes on the clock, making two more changes, we have taken off at this juncture in time Ollie Romney, who's picked up an injury, and we have replaced him with Jurgen Elatim. And our final change for this is Patrick Varro is tiring, and he's also had a knock, so we want to take him off. Mehmet Aydin moves to the left. Leveld comes in on the right wing-back position. 83 on the clock, and Emmen have the ball. Schmacher keeps the ball in. Aydin gets a foot in, stops him attacking, but it's still going. Just wide though from Teko. Or Tiho. And showing signs. And it's all over. We've seen the game out 3-0. I was going to say, in that last highlight, showing signs of not giving up FC Emmen, but they were beaten, and well beaten today. They've had 5 shots, 1 on target, 0.43 and 34% of the possession. We've had 24 shots, 8 on target, 3.55 and 66% of the possession. Ollie Romney picking up a player of the match with a 9. Despite the injury. Hopefully that injury's not too bad. He's had 5 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance, and 2 goals today. Jeremy De Leon also having a good day, and had Ollie Romney not been superior, he would have probably had player of the match. 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, and 2 assists today. Everybody playing their part, including Setford in goal. So everybody has proved their worth. And you come back and join me as we find out the injury to Ollie Romney. He's going to be out 6 to 8 days. Probably misses the next game, but we do have an international break then. So hopefully he will be back in time for the Conference League. And the big game against Ajax, that's what we're hoping for. 6 to 8 days. Says 6 to 12 days. Injured after sprinting, apparently. Must have twisted his ankle or something. So that is bad news. Let's have a look at the Eredivisie and finish up with the results, because everything else had been played. That 3-0 win against Emmen means Emmen are stuck on the bottom, 3 points adrift of Almere City, at the bottom of the table there. And it does mean that we close the gap back to the 5 points against Feyenoord. But we need Feyenoord to slip up and a win in order to be able to close that gap if we can. Right, 3 days to the game against Heeranveen. We'll be back just ahead of that game with any news of things that are going on. A quick look at, we've played them 7 times, lost to them just once back in 2024 when we lost to them 2-0 at our place. Earlier in the season, we beat them 2-0 at our place. Rosier and Stewart on that occasion. No reply from SC Heeranveen. Last time we played them at their place, it was a 4-2 win. Tijani Toure and Ilyas Boumassoudi getting a hat-trick on that occasion at the Ab Alenstra Stadion. A similar result would be rather good today. You come back and join me. It is match day, and it's Wednesday, the 22nd of March. And we have all 7:45 kickoffs in the Eredivisie this evening. Everybody playing. The one game that stands out, maybe, just maybe, Ajax may do us a favour against Feyenoord. Fingers crossed. But we need to do our bit against Heeranveen, of course. But Feyenoord, possibly, can we close the gap down to... if they lose and we get the 3 points, close it down to 2 points, I think it is. That would be rather splendid. And then we're within touching distance of them again. And I think we do still have to play them, don't we, in the towards the end of the season? No, we don't. We've already played them. But we do have to play Ajax. So, it's not going to be easy. to say the least. Right, okay, that's where we're at then. It is match day, and we travel to Heeranveen to the Abe Lanstra Stadium. And here we are as we face SC Heeranveen in this Eredivisie match day 28. And it's a fairly unchanged side. I think, obviously, we have injuries, but it's within reason. It's a very familiar side to the last game that we played. Setford continues in goal. Van der Beek, Rosier comes in for Rekic in the centre of defence. Van der Bosch is also there in that defensive line. Latonda and Aiden continue as the wing-backs of Varro in that central midfield position. He played so well last time. Stanovic gets a start again on the left. De Leon, he continues on the right, and let's hope he can have another good game today after his game last time out. But Masudi comes in for the injured Ollie Romney, and Ross Stewart continues to lead the attack up front. The bench looking like this today. It's Bergstrom, Atesta, Drambev, Jay Stansfield, Elatim, Lakessa, Rekic, Leveld, Kasongo, Toure, Duran, and Emil Hansen. And here we are at Heeranveen. They've lost 2-1-2, drawn one of their last 5, playing a 4-2-3-1 today. We've won 3, drawn 2 of our last 5, got back to our usual formation. Waalwijk are second on 64, and Heeranveen are on 36 points. 11 on the clock. Stanovic with a corner. Swung in. It's gone in. And Rosier gets the goal. He's 8th of the season. And I'm not sure why Stanovic is going to the corner. Oh. Bit of a strange move. But we do take the lead on 12 minutes. Stanovic firing this one in. Defender. I don't know who the defender is, but he's missed it. Tries to head it away. And it falls nicely for Rosier, who just taps it into the back of the net. Varro with a corner this time. And we've got another one. And Rosier again gets his second, 9th goal of the season. And on 14 minutes, we take a 2-goal lead. 2 goals in 2 minutes. It's Varro this time, not Stanovic. And it was almost the same. It was obviously the other corner, wasn't it? But same result, basically. 19 on the clock, free kick. I'm not sure who that was. Took the free kick. It was Van der Beek. It's gone over the top looking for Stanovic. He isn't going to get there. Plays it into the area. There's a bit of a wild ball, but they've come away with it. And Kanak out on that far side, but Aiden wins the ball. Aiden comes forward. Boumassoudi. Van der Bosch. Varro. Varro chips one over for Stanovic. Stanovic on his own. It's the goalkeeper making a save, but Boumassoudi is there to poke it away. Almost like a poacher roll. And we take a 3-goal lead on 21 minutes. Well worked. Varro doing that midfield role, and Stanovic bringing it down nicely. Has a go. And goalkeeper saving it, but fell to Boumassoudi, who puts it away. Latonda with a throw into Boumassoudi. Boumassoudi to Van der Beek. Referee getting in the way. Van der Beek goes on his own, but it's poor. 43 on the clock. De Leon with a free kick. It's headed away, but De Leon is there. De Leon's tripped, but the ball picked up by Varro. It's out to Van der Beek. Van der Beek into the area, and Stewart over the top. Van der Beek playing as the wing back on this occasion. He went out wide. See it unfolding here. Into the area, and Stewart couldn't direct his shot. Snatched at it. 2 minutes of added time. We are in the second of those 2 added time. And Boumassoudi away with the ball. De Leon, I thought he's going to have a shot. Boumassoudi is, though. And it's gone over the top. Probably on Boumassoudi's wrong foot, to be fair. And we are at half-time. And, well, we've had 11 shots, 7 of which have been on target, 2.24 on the XG, and 44% of the possession. Possession is the only thing we haven't had it all, but I'm quite happy to be 3 goals in front with only 44% of the possession. Mehmet Aydin picking up a yellow card on 40 minutes. That means he will pick up a suspension for the next game, which is against Ajax, which is a bit of an annoyance, but there we go. Such is life. They've had 1 shot, nothing on target, 0.05, and 56% of the possession. Let's highlight the second half. 59 minutes on the clock, and they have a free kick. Made 1 change at half time. Cantero, who's on the ball now, coming on. Rhoda. Hendricks. Cobalt. Rhoda. And need to stop them coming through. And, oh, no, he's given that ball away, but straight into the arms of Setford. Thankfully, not coming to anything. A mistake there. I'm not sure who made the mistake. It was Rosier. Got the tackle in, but Shabani coming from behind Van der Beek. And he fired it, tried to chip Setford, but it was easy for Setford in the end. Just thinking about some changes. We've got a lot of tiredness going on today. Latonda to Stevanovic. Varro. Van der Beek. We may need to make most of our changes. And Ajax are beating Feyenoord by 3-1. I've just seen. Goodness me. Van der Beek. Rosier. PSV drawing with Vitesse. Oh, we've given the ball away. No. Need to stop this. Because they get one back now. We're in trouble. Oh, gone wide. Thank goodness for that. Heeranveen thought they'd got one back. And we lost that ball. And maybe a bit of tiredness creeping in. Maybe it is time to do the changes. And with 70 minutes, nearly 71 minutes on the clock, we are making 4 changes at this juncture in time, mainly all because of tiredness. Mehmet Aydin comes off for Julian Leveld. Jeremy De Leon, he's not had a bad game today. Not as good as last time out, but he's not had a bad one. Jay Stansfield comes on to replace him. Taheri Latonda, who's tired. He's had a reasonable day out there. He's replaced by Alexander Drambev. And our final change, Patrick Varro, who's had a good game. He's really sort of melded that midfield. And he's replaced by Utesta. And we come back, no more highlights between the last ones and this one. 87 minutes virtually on the clock, making our final change of the afternoon. Lorenz Rosier is off. He's had a great day and possibly even a player of the match. 2 goals and 8.6 for him. And we are replacing him with Omar Rekik. Still one final highlight in there. 4th minute of 3 added on, and it's Heeranveen that are on the ball, and when trying to stop them from getting a consolation goal, we desperately don't want to concede one, a goal difference if nothing else. Leveld is there, and it's all over. It's all over. We'll see the highlight again, but that is the last chance for Heeranveen to get one back. And we've got a 3-0 win, a very good 3-0 win. Rosier with 2 goals in 2 minutes in that first half, and then Boumassoudi on 21. That's all we needed. 3-0 at half-time, 3-0 at the end of the game. 12 shots, 7 on target, 2.28. I think it was 2.99 at the end of the first half. They had 8 shots, just the one on target, 1.17 and 52% of the possession. We had 48 in the end. It's a good day at the office, and Lorenz Rosier did pick up player of the match, 2 goals, and 8.6 for him. And the question is, did Ajax beat Feyenoord in the end, and have we closed that gap back to 2 points? We've got to play Ajax next, though. And indeed, Ajax did do us a favour. They beat Feyenoord by 4-1, which means at the top of the table, we have closed the gap just to 2 points. We are 5 points clear of PSV, who are in third place. PSV beating Vitesse by 3-2. Ajax, having beaten Feyenoord by 4-1, wasn't just a win, it was a win. They are in fourth place on 60 points, 7 points adrift of us. And Utrecht are just outside of those European places, having beaten AZ today. They have 48 points in fifth place down the other end. Volendam still in that 16th place, 2 points adrift of Nijmegen in 16th place. If only they could go and win. Nijmegen losing today to De Graafschap. Volendam can't seem to find a way through. They lost to Zwolle by 1-0. Elmere City, having pulled away from the bottom there, have won again against Emmen. Bottom of the table clash there. 6 point gap now for Emmen, and it looks like Emmen are down. Elmere City closing the gap on Volendam, so they are on a bit of a run of form, so they'll be looking to try and get themselves at least a playoff place, and they're only 4 points adrift of Nijmegen, so anything is possible, and Elmere City could do the unlikely, or as it seemed a short while back anyway. Right, it is international break time. We're having a break down to the game against Ajax. Ajax is next up, and I have to say, we've played them 9 times and only beaten them once, and we haven't beaten them in the last 6 attempts. So it doesn't bode well, knocking us out of the quarter-final in the Dutch Cup for the last 2 seasons running. Last time we played them at our place, we lost 4-1 on that occasion. Yeah, it doesn't bear thinking about. We've got to play extremely well, and we need to get a result out of that if we are to stand a chance. We're 2 points behind Feyenoord. We want to stay 2 points behind Feyenoord. And then we have a game against Atalanta, the first leg of the UEFA Conference League quarter-final. And it is an opportunity to get through to the semi-final further than we've ever been before. Or is the quarter-final hoodoo going to get us again? That's the question. Well, I hope you join me for that. It looks exciting, and I hope it will be exciting. Please join me for that on the next episode. But if you've enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. And hitting those buttons is simple for you. It's only a few clicks, but helps me immensely here on the channel, and I thank you to everybody who has done so up to date. Don't forget, new episodes of Going Dutch released every Tuesday 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel, though, is to follow me on X at Just Offside 2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 72. It's out next Tuesday. Till then, goodbye.